As disciples of Jesus Christ, we are to be examples of how to interact with others, especially when we have differences of opinion. One of the easiest ways to identify a true follower of Jesus Christ is how compassionately that person treats other people. The Savior made this clear in his sermon to followers in both hemispheres. Blessed are the peacemakers, he said. Whosoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the other also.
All right, Travis Wayne Goodsell. This is the second part. We're in Micah chapter 3. I'm not exactly sure how long this is going to end up being, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have multiple videos or just one long one. So we'll see. If I make it a long one, nobody's going to watch this part of it. If I do it in hour segments, you'll at least hear the first half of this and not understand the last half of the other video, the first video. What to do. Couldn't endure to the end, could ya? Alright. So it's talking to the priesthood of Mormons here in chapter 3. Hear, I pray ye, O heads of Jacob, ye princes of the house of Israel. So it's the fathers and sons of Mormonism. And they'll prophesied to be evil and cannibalistic. Making dinner from the flesh of humans in the cauldron. And they shall cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear you. It's because you're wicked. You're just mouthing off to God. Literally. That's the whole thing about prayer, is that people think that, when it says pray always, all you have to do is just talk to God. Talk to him. And you've completely missed the whole concept. It's inspiration. It's revelation. That's the communication with God. With God. You don't pray to him. I would like a house and a yacht and a white picket fence and a pony. And, oh, okay, Santa Claus. No. And it's not a matter of trying to trick God into praying the right way to get what you want. I pray for world peace. There, he'll hear my prayer now because it was for other people. I pray that my brother will be good and not be a dummy and a meanie. No. Revelation, inspiration. You'll get ideas of what to do. You then do them. The consequences will let you know, hey, that was a good thing to do. It wasn't selfish. It wasn't greedy. It wasn't self-serving. And you get enlightened and you get more revelation, more things to do, and it keeps adding, and then you can't keep up with them. Too many revelations, and you can't fulfill them all. Because modern technology is not good enough yet. Yeah, I'm speaking from experience. They have behaved themselves ill in all their doings. He will hide his face from them at that time. Yeah. No Jesus, guys. Sorry. You're involved in porn, so you don't get to see Jesus. Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets. Run, Nelson, run! That make Mormons error. That bite with their teeth and cry, peace. Yes! Nelson! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! And he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. Yes! President Russell M. Nelson, fulfilling Latter-day prophecy scripture. That's the whole cause. I have to do them in hour segments now. This is part 2. You have to hear this. And I have to put in the peace quote. Awesome. Therefore night shall be unto you, and ye shall not have a vision. Oh my God. And it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine. Oh, this so sucks, Nelson. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. Oh my God, this is more awesomer than I knew. Oh my God. Because we're not done yet. Then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yea, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of God. Boom! Slam dunk! The prophets of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints just got slam dunked on by God. And I've been warning you about this whole time. They are not prophesying to Mormons to warn you of the latter days. They are not being seers to warn you of the latter days, to tell you the truth about history of the church and what's to come and what's going on now. They're plotting against you. They're not revealing the signs in the heavens. Munson came out and said, nope. Not it. It's not it. Perry Packer Scott dying during the tetrad. Not it. Right here in the Bible in Micah. This is just awesome. And Joseph Smith, with his second vision, referring to cut off, meant for Mormons to refer to this. Joseph Smith is telling you this is the prophets in the latter days. Just in case you're not going to watch part 1. That's awesome. You listening, Nelson? Oh, you already knew because you did do a check on Micah. But truly, I am full of power by the Spirit of the Lord, and of judgment, and of might, to declare unto Jacob his transgression, and to Israel his sin. Hear this, I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob, and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment, and pervert all equity. They build up Zion with blood. Temple Square with blood? And Jerusalem, Utah, with iniquity. Salt Lake City. Yep. I've just been doing those videos even. Nobody's doing their job. The heads thereof judge for reward, because the church bribed you to render a false judgment. And the priests thereof teach for hire, assuming that you're one of the prophets. And the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us. Jesus gives you peace. Therefore shall Temple Square, for your sake, be plowed as a field, and Salt Lake City shall become heaps, which is interesting because Ephraim is tied to heaps. So yes, it would be very important to be looking at the original language here. The original words in Aramaic, and thus transliterated back into Paleo-Hebrew. And the mountain of the house as the high places of the forest. Oh, that was precious and few are the moments I too can share with you. That was awesome. Micah rocks. And so yeah, now he's talking about the last days, chapter 4. Just got through the destruction and corruption of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so now he's saying, guess what? That man, Micah, the high priest of prophecy, shall come among the Mormons in the latter days, that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the tops of the mountains. That's Isaiah. And so, is this where Isaiah got it from, or is this where Micah got it from? Or are they separate and got it from another source from the Egyptian documents? Isaiah does not quote from Micah, and Micah doesn't seem to prophesy from Isaiah. So that's one of the things you got to look for. Because in Matthew, like I said in the first video, you do watch the first video first, right? Even though this was awesome. The three wise men, that's the stars of Orion, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, those three, come to Herod. We have seen his star on the 23rd of September 2017, even though we're going to call it Sirius of the pointing from Orion stars as a different date. And we want to know where he is so that we can worship him. And so Herod calls his priests. They come, they refer to the scriptures. Oh, Bethlehem! From Micah. So Micah is older than Matthew, even though they were written contemporary. But contemporary could mean anywhere from the first part of the Roman period when they came and attacked the Jews to 200 years after. So that's a 300-year span of time. And so if you got a book of Isaiah and Micah written around 100 BCE, well, you've got 300 years that passes that maybe Matthew was finally written. So that's 300 years of tradition that is passed through the Jews, so that they refer to those original books 300 years previous, and thus the prophecies of such that they're referring to. Because Matthew refers to both Isaiah and to Micah. The Isaiah one, thou shalt call his name Emmanuel. And then in the next chapter, chapter 2, oh, Bethlehem is where he's coming from. That's Micah. And so we'd have to keep doing some more research to see if one of them will confess to taking from the other, or both originals, speaking it in their own different way. And so this is the millennium. This isn't Utah. Utah already got destroyed. This is Zion now. In the last days it shall come to pass that the mountains of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains. And yes, top of the mountains means Utah, but no, Utah just got destroyed. Don't make that mistake. And it shall be exalted above the hills, because Joseph Smith knew this, knew that the mountain cities of Zion and New Jerusalem shall be established. So thus the capstone is the house of the man like Moses, Emmanuel. That's what it's supposed to mean. And many nations shall come and say, let's do business, Nelson. And you can commit crimes through us, and we'll help you destroy America so that you can have your kingdom back. No. That's why the church does the church news about leaders of other governments coming to Temple Square and talking with the church. Or they go to a foreign country, but many nations shall come. So, sorry, Suarez. Your visit to the president down south of the border didn't count. Come, let us go to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of God of Jacob. Yeah. The Joseph Smith's Christ. So, like I've been telling you, Joseph Smith got usurped by Brigham Young. And the prophecy is that Brigham Young will be usurped by the Mormon who will restore Joseph Smith. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth from Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Peace. Peace. Right, Nelson? Peace. Nelson got dunked on. To use the basketball analogy. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Yeah, they learn peace by destroying each other. But they shall set every man under his vine, under his fig tree. So how far into Isaiah do we go here? Until you get to your own separate information. For all people will walk, everyone in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever. In that day the Lord will I assemble her, saith the Lord, will I assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. And the Lord shall reign over them in Mount Zion, from henceforth ever, forever, even forever. O thou tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion. So this is Joseph Smith's parable here. To build a tower, which is a watchtower, to watch over the valley, and they got lazy, and then they fled and caused the enemy to come and destroy Utah with porn of the Bible. But here, this also refers to the restoration, that it too will have a tower, not just the mountain cities of Zion and New Jerusalem. There's even going to be an observatory at the top. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, this is all future stuff. Mormons are still wicked. We still have to get to Zion, which apparently we're going to have to wait till next year. When everybody arrives, everybody is assigned a lot on the 6th of April. That's Saturday. And the 7th, after everybody is established as who is living in Zion with their lot, we'll then have big wedding ceremony, big group wedding. Guinness, Book of World Records, where are you? And then the fulfillment on the 8th, because we'll all get to watch. Got to make sure you get the right glasses, because you'll go blind. And then Tuesday starts the millennium as we begin to build the mountain cities and the tower and the temple and the observatory and all that. So just less than a year away. Can we endure? Can you endure through my videos? O thou, don't want to repeat here. Tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion, the kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Now, the wedding supper feast of the Lamb being referred to here. Now why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Christ? Where's Jesus? Where'd he go? Nope, not there. Nope, not there. Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have I taken thee as a woman pregnant in travail. Be in pain and labor to bring forth. Yeah. Women are symbolic of scriptural prophecy. Did women know that? Are women still listening, or did you run away? But it was at the end of last video, so you shouldn't be running away. But yes, this is everything you go through, women. Your whole bodies of porn are all symbolic of the latter days. They're all symbolic of the religion and the rituals of the religion. And you want to deprive your children of learning about the religion? And ban the Bible? See, you can't have the Book of Mormon approved and the Bible not. If you're going to ban the Bible, you got to ban the Book of Mormon, because the Book of Mormon refers to the Bible. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shall thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Babylon, going into captivity. Brigham Young took you to Babylon, and then told you, O Babylon, we bid thee farewell. We're going to the mountains of Ephraim to dwell. Nope. You went to the mountains of Babylon to dwell. And he, Emmanuel, will redeem you from the hand of Babylon, the whore, the great and abominable church. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, because you banned the Bible as porn, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion, Temple Square. But they know not the thoughts of the Lord. It's a trap to free Mormons from bondage. Neither understood they his counsel, for he shall gather them, man like Moses, as sheaves into the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thine horn iron. You've got horns on your head, Mormons? Are you aware of that? In the early days of Joseph Smith or Brigham Young, people used to do caricature comics, political comics, in their newspapers, and they used to draw Mormons with horns. And I will make thy hooves brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people. And I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. Yeah. Gathering of Zion, spoken of as the 10 virgins. So yeah, wedding supper feast of the Lamb. Okay, so 30 minutes, chapter 5. Looks like this might be 3-parter. But we'll see, because we're getting into the meat here. No more milk. It's meat time. Messiah shall be born in Bethlehem. This is where Matthew gets it from. It's the learning of the Jews in both books. And so, what do you know? In the latter days, Messiah shall be born in Bethlehem in the latter days. The remnant of Jacob shall triumph gloriously over the Gentiles. So now they're just being mean. Calling Mormons both Gentile and Jacob. Yes, the Book of Mormon did that. In the Book of Mormon series, I just did that where I pointed out that the Book of Mormon was identifying Mormons as Gentiles. And the great and abominable church comes from the Gentiles, which is Jacob here. And so, wearing myself out. And so, this is not literal history. This is a prophecy of the latter days. And to help illustrate that that is the case, as Bruce R. McConkie put in the chapter heading, we need to take you to yeah, they don't refer to it. Why not, Mormons? Why not? Why didn't you put a reference to 2 Nephi chapter 3? We're in 5, right? Verse 5. Wherefore Joseph of Egypt truly saw our day, the latter days, and he obtained a promise of the Lord, that out of the fruit of his loins, the Holy Grail, the bloodline. You did watch the first part, right? The Lord God would raise up Moses, man like Moses, a righteous branch unto the house of Israel. Not the Messiah, but Joseph Smith, the founding Messiah of Mormonism. But a branch which was to be broken off, nevertheless to be remembered in the covenants of the Lord, that the Messiah should be made manifest unto Mormons in the latter days. The bloodline, the Holy Grail, through Joseph Smith Sr. Joseph Smith, the first Messiah, the founding cornerstone Messiah, which Mormons rejected. Not the chief cornerstone of the cornerstone, don't be confused. And then through Hiram, through the great and abominable church, the Emmanuel Messiah, to save Mormons from the great and abominable church and lead them to Zion. Bringing you out of captivity unto freedom. But I liked paying tithing to the church and being punished as a slave. Okay? This is our understanding. This is the learning of the Jews. And so, now gather thyselves in troops, O daughter of troops. Gad. You can even confirm that. Chapter 5, Blue Letter Bible. Need to go to Micah 2. Micah 3. Micah 4, Micah 5. Yep. Yeah, they doubled the D's. Double D. That's interesting. See, I told you in the first video, which you're supposed to watch first, even though I'm doing it separately because I have to make sure you watch the first part of this video, that it's important to go to the next level after I do these series, to go to the original texts, to see the Aramaic spelling of the particular words that are used, and know the transliteration into Paleo-Hebrew. The double D's is David. They even have the Vav in the middle of it, even though it's a vowel. Dawood. The G for Gad is the male phallus from the Egyptian hieroglyphs. Thus, it is a prefix determinative here. It is the descendant of David. That's who Gad is. That's who Micah is talking about. The children of the bloodline, the covenant of King David, of whom will come the son of King David, Solomon, the King of Peace. As a baby, he's the Prince of Peace, Emmanuel, the sun god at noonday. The double D's, when combined together, create the sun, the Star of David, Emmanuel. And with the universal symbol of the sun for the shield of David, you get the promised Messiah of the Jews for the latter days. And so this is necessary to know of the original documents so that you can see the bigger picture. And so this is children of David, the heirs that we've been talking about here from Micah. He hath laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon his cheek. Turn the other cheek, huh? No. Matthew is teaching the people how to take a person who's bullying you to court to be judged. And so he says if somebody smites you on your right cheek, which means it's a backhanded slap, you turn the left cheek so that they punch you and draw first blood and then get punished according to Jewish law. You have now solved your bully problem. You've got him punished for being a bully. So here you see again, smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon his cheek. See, that's where you do hit him on the left cheek. And he's the judge, because he's a wicked judge. Or they're wicked. Now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He hath laid siege against us. Because we got to be careful, because there's the destruction of Utah and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and then there's the Messiah who comes out from them. And so is this the Mormons abusing Emmanuel, or Mormons fighting among themselves and destroying the church because they banned the Bible as porn? both could be in play here, and then you have to look at the context. But thou, here's the Matthew prophecy, referring to it, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Utah. This is Emmanuel, born as a human parents, not Jesus. Yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel. So yeah, this first verse does seem to be the destruction of Utah by Mormons. Destruction of the church by Mormons. And so out of Mormons shall come Emmanuel, is to be ruler, whose goings forth have been from old, from everlasting. Yeah, it's prophesied. Everybody talks about him. It's not Jesus. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travaileth hath brought forth. 23rd September 2017, from Revelation chapter 12. Isaiah likewise speaks of this. Matthew speaks of this. This is the latter days. And it's used in the context of his birth, the beginning of the latter days, when he will be in Utah to warn Mormons to come out of the great and abominable church of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Babylon, the whore, and leave, so that we can establish the true Zion that Joseph Smith prophesied of. And they're giving you the date for the latter days. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord and the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they shall abide forever. There's Zion. For now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. And this man shall be the peace. That was so awesome. When the Assyrian shall come into our land. Not Assyrian. Enemy. And when he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod in the entrances thereof. So Micah is after Genesis was written, because this is where we see the land of Assyria and Nimrod spoken of. See how that worked? So if you're wanting to put the Bible books in order, you have Genesis, Micah, Matthew. See how that worked? Thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian, when he cometh into our land, and when he treadeth within our borders. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as the mountain dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. This is in the Book of Mormon, isn't it? Yeah. 8c. Ties it to 3rd Nephi 21. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Thank you, hateful Mormon, who sent me that comment and triggered the connection to this book so that I can do this video for Mormons and all the videos lately because of that. And then cause the prophet to panic, have a super sacred secret meeting on Saturday. Also, we are talking about 23rd September 2017, the first year of the latter days, when Zedekiah reigned on the throne of Jerusalem. From the Book of Mormon. Yeah, Lehi has that dream too. The Book of Mormon is about the latter days. But also, talking about a lion here, with Utah, Judah, and a young lion even. I'm anyway, associative memory, tying it to Samson, his first kill. He's the Sun King, Shemesh, and N is a suffix determinative for king. Sun King, Emmanuel, Son, God. Sun is not Shemesh, it's the Egyptian transliteration of Amen, the sun god at noonday. In case I have to remind new people or bring you up to speed. And so Samson, by killing a lion, is a solar eclipse in Leo. And in fact, it was at the king star of Leo, Regulus, on the 21st of August, 2017. And yes, it has to do with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because that was Monson's birthday, who then died on Revelation chapter 12, verse 4. Stars, third part of the stars, falling from the tail of the dragon. Quadranted meteor showers that evening when he died. O he who denied the signs in the heavens. And so yes, you're seeing 2017 here in Micah 5 in various ways. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. Joseph Smith history uses cut off because he's referring to Micah, because it's not an axe. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots. Well, latter days begins in 2017, but this is the final year when this is going to happen. And so our transportation is going to be gone and destroyed. So that sucks. See, in 2017, I had found 23rd September 2017 sign in heaven from Revelation chapter 12. And I did the video that is my #1 video to this day. And I show Leo the lion in the solar eclipse on the 21st. Because that was revealed to me by Fox 13 News Utah on November 4th, 2016, right before the conception, when the judgment was rendered as to who would be the king over Jerusalem, put in by a foreign government. And so I made the video because the wife that I had at the time, who we were married in room number 13 of the Salt Lake Temple and had our wedding feast at the Lion House next to the Beehive House, she wanted to know when we were going back to Zion, which both of us had assumed was Missouri. I had not found 19 July 1840 in the Joseph Smith papers yet. Didn't know the Joseph Smith papers were out yet. And so I did the video to appease her. Because she was starting to get stressed because she didn't want to walk. Well, if only she believed. Sorry, hon. Hope you got some good shoes. Because that's what it's saying here. I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all thy strongholds. So yes, I did the video yesterday of the Valley of Utah, the Salt Lake Valley, in flames. I will cut off witchcrafts. Witchcrafts? I'm not a witch, I'm your wife, and after what I've just heard, I'm not sure I want to be that anymore. Have fun storming the castle. I heard them talk. House was talking about Andre the Giant in his recovery meeting. They were using Alcoholics Anonymous for drug recovery. And his higher power was Andre the Giant. And he wasn't sure about how to give his will to Andre. He was a little troubled by that one. But yeah, that exposes that whole AA recovery thing as a fraud, psychological fraud. Because they're purposely using religion for the higher power and giving your will to a higher power, which is witchcraft. It's the same concept. Witchcraft is you do spells, prayers, asking the deities to do things for you, to curse people, to bless people, rather than actual prayers of listening to the Spirit and turning it into reality, producing the fruit of it, the consequences. And so you're practicing idolatry. You're creating your own God in your mind. And in so doing, the actions you do are superstitions. That song by the blind guy who plays the piano. I can't remember now. I'm having brain freezes. But that's witchcraft. That's all it is. It's same as all religion. That worship idols, practice superstitions. That's witchcraft. And so Mormonism, yes, they create Jesus, doesn't exist, not our Christ of Joseph Smith. It's a false Christ. As the scriptures tell us, false Christs, false prophets in the latter days. Looks like 6 and 7 are going to be part 3. So, looks like I can shave and bathe during these breaks of making these videos. Okay. And so, yeah, you don't trust your spiritual witness. That's seed. You've got to make it flesh, like in the Book of Mormon that tells us to do. It's weird. It's heating up the table underneath. Wild. And so, yeah, Revelation or Doctrine and Covenants, section 1, verse 16. Mormons will do their own will, following their own created God. And it will destroy you in Babylon. That's what this is referring to here. Now, Joseph Smith is tying the Old Testament prophecies of the latter days to help Mormons in a different presentation. And so here I am doing another presentation in your modern understanding, hopefully. Hopefully one of these will get through to you and you'll leave the church. I'll pluck up the groves, so I will destroy thy cities. I will execute vengeance in anger and fury, such as they have not heard. Okay. So yes, faith promotion for the last two.